Good morning, children. In previous class, we had studied the definition of matter, physical nature of matter, and characteristics of the particles of matter. In today's class, we will learn the classification of matter. Okay. Matter is classified into 4 groups on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. First one is solids, second one is liquids, third one is gases, and fourth one is plasma. Okay. On the basis of the physical and chemical properties, matter is classified into 4 classes: solids, liquids, gases, and plasma. We will study one by one, but for your syllabus, plasma is not there. Only we will study solids, liquids, and gases. First one, that is solids. Okay. Solid is a state of matter. Solid is a state of matter which has definite shape, mass, and volume. Okay. Solid is a state of matter which has definite shape, mass, and volume. Examples for solids are pen, ice, wood, coal, iron, etc. We can give plenty of examples for solids. Okay. Next we will study the properties of solids. First property is solids have definite mass and definite volume. Okay. See here, this pen is a solid. If you keep this pen anywhere you keep this pen, mass of this pen is fixed. Okay. There is no change in the mass on changing the place. Okay. So this also has definite volume. And second one is they have definite shape. Okay. Pen is a solid, so this pen has definite shape. Okay. It has cylindrical shape. Okay. So on changing the place, okay, there is no change in the shape of this pen. Next property is they have negligible. Solids have negligible compressibility. Solids have negligible compressibility. Okay. These solids actually in solids atoms are closely packed. Atoms and molecules are closely packed. Atoms are closely packed. Okay. So further on applying the pressure, we can't compress. Okay, already they are compactly arranged. There is no space between these particles, okay, inside the solid. Therefore we can't compress the solids. Therefore they are negligible. They have negligible compressibility. Next property is solids have high densities. Solids have high densities. So first we will see the definition of, that is formula is to calculate the density. Okay, density is the ratio of mass to volume. Okay, here mass is directly proportional to this density, whereas this volume is inversely proportional to density. Okay, so here this if the volume is smaller, then density will be greater. If volume is large, then density will be small. Okay, density value will be small. So this is the formula is to calculate the densities. These solids, they have high densities because solids have volume, that volume of the solid is less, therefore density is greater. Next property is the intermolecular forces in solids are intermolecular forces in solids are very strong. Intermolecular forces in solids are very strong. Okay, inter means between. Okay, between the molecules there is a attractive force. Okay, that force is known as intermolecular force. Okay, this intermolecular force in solids are very strong. See here, already I said that in solids atoms and molecules are compactly arranged. There is no space between them. Therefore, since they are compactly arranged, the attractive force between the adjacent molecules will be strong. Therefore, in solids, intermolecular force are very strong. The next property is dimensions of solids do not increase in large proportion on heating or cooling. Okay, this is a solid. If we heat or cool this solid, okay, the usually whenever we heat or we cool the objects, they are subjected to some expansion or some compression. Okay, so see here, if in these solids atoms and molecules are compactly arranged. Okay, compactly arranged. When solids are heated, okay, they are subjected to less expansion. Okay, they will expand. They are subjected to less expansion. Okay. Next property is solids have less diffusing property. They have less diffusing property, that is, they diffuses into one another. They diffuses into one another very slowly. Okay, in previous class I told that diffusion is the intermixing of particles of different substance. Particles of different substances. Okay, since these solids, okay, in solids atoms and molecules are compactly arranged, they can't move from one place to another place. Therefore their diffusing property, okay, solids have less diffusing property. Since in solids atoms and molecules are compactly arranged, okay, there is no space between the atoms and molecules inside the solid. As a result, these solids have less diffusing property. Okay, diffusion means it is intermixing of particles of different substances. Okay, these solids, they diffuses into one another very slowly. Okay, these are the properties of the solids. Okay, solid is a state of matter which has definite shape, mass and volume. Okay, also we discussed the properties of matters one by one. If you have any doubts, means you can ask in WhatsApp. Okay, next we will study about the liquids. Okay, again liquid is a state of matter. Liquid is a state of matter which has definite mass and volume, but not definite shape. Okay, liquid is a state of matter. Liquid is also a state of matter which has definite mass and volume but not definite shape. Okay, liquids will have the shape in which liquids are placed. Okay, they will take the shape of the container in which they are placed. So examples for the liquids are milk, water, alcohol, mercury, etc. Like this we can find many examples for liquids. Next we will study the properties of liquids. So first property is they have definite mass and volume. Okay, if you place liquid in any place, okay, if you place liquid in any place, or you can change place, okay, there is no change in the mass of the liquid. Okay, volume also definite, but liquids do not have definite shape. Okay, if you put water into a beaker, it will take the it will have this shape of beaker. Okay, if you put water into a round bottom flask, okay, it is a round bottom flask. If you put water inside this round bottom flask, this water will have the shape of this round bottom flask. Like this, water liquids do not have definite shape, and they will take the shape of the container in which they are placed. Next chemical property is, these liquids are slightly more compressible than that of solids. Okay, these liquids, they are slightly more compressible than the solids. In liquids, molecules and atoms are arranged like this. In liquids, molecules and atoms, they have some spaces between them. They are somewhat freely arranged as compared to the solids. Like this. Okay. In liquids, atoms and molecules are arranged like this. They have some spaces between them. They are freely arranged. Okay. So that they can move from one place to another place. And here, on applying the pressure on liquids, we can compress. Okay. Therefore, since due to the presence of the space between the atoms and molecules in liquids, these liquids are more compressible than the solids. Okay. Next property is, the particles of two different liquids, diffuse into one another easily. That is, liquids have good diffusing property compared to the solids. Okay, since in liquids, okay, there is a space between atoms and molecules, therefore they can move easily from one place to another place, and also they can move around themselves. Okay, so because of the presence of this intermolecular spaces, okay, this is intermolecular space, and these are the atoms of liquid. Therefore, due to the presence of this intermolecular space, these atoms of liquids can diffuse from one place to another place easily. Therefore, they have good diffusing property as compared to the solids. If we mix two liquids, okay, they will diffuse very easily. For example, I have taken beaker. In this beaker, I have placed some water. To this water, I will put ink. This is water. Okay. Particles of ink and particles of water diffuses easily. Okay. Next properties. Force of attraction between the molecules of liquid is less than that of solids. Okay, see here, in liquids, atoms and molecules, they are freely arranged like this. Okay, they are freely arranged. There is a gap between the molecules. Okay, there is a intermolecular space between the atoms of the liquids. Because of this intermolecular space, or because of this distance between the atoms, the force of attraction between the atoms is also less as compared to the solids. Okay, since in solids atoms are compactly arranged, there is no space between the atoms. Therefore, in that case, there is a strong force of attraction. But in liquids, due to the presence of intermolecular space, okay, due to the presence of intermolecular space, or in liquids, these liquid molecules or atoms are arranged freely. Because of this reason, the force of attraction between the atoms in liquid is less as compared to the solids. Next chemical properties, sorry, not chemical, just next chemical property is liquid expand for more than solids on heating. Okay, as compared to the solids, when liquids are heated, okay, they will expand more compared to the solids. Okay, let us take an clinical thermometer. Okay, in clinical thermometer, mercury is used. Okay, mercury liquid is used. Usually at room temperature, this mercury will have mercury level inside this thermometer is around 37 degree Celsius. Okay, but when temperature increases, level of the mercury also increases in this tube, because on increasing temperature, okay, this mercury present inside this tube will expand. It will expand on increasing temperature. Okay, on increasing temperature, the mercury present in this tube, okay, the level of the mercury present in this tube will increase. Okay, why it increases? Because on heating or on increasing temperature, this mercury is a liquid, it expands. As it expands, its level in this tube rises. Okay, so liquids, they expand. Now we will study gases. A gas is a state of matter, which has definite mass, but not definite volume and shape. A gas is a state of matter which has definite mass but not definite volume and shape. Examples for the gases are hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, carbon dioxide gas, etc. Now we will study the properties of gases. First property is gases have definite mass. Okay, if you place gas in any container, okay, if you place gas in any container, mass of the gas does not change. It remains as it is. Therefore, these gases have definite mass. If you change the place, okay, if you change the place also, there is no change in the mass of the gas. These gases have definite mass. Next property is these gases do not have definite shape and volume. Okay, these gases will take the shape of the container in which they are placed. Okay, also volume, they do not have definite shape. They will take the shape of the container in which they are placed. If you place a gas inside the beaker, this gas will take the shape of beaker. Okay, if you place gas inside the balloon, okay, balloon, gas will take the shape of this balloon. Therefore, these gases, they do not have definite shape and volume. Next property, these gases are highly compressible than the solids and liquids. Solids and liquids. Okay. In gases, atoms of the gases, they are freely arranged. They have large intermolecular spaces between them as compared to the liquids and solids. These are the gaseous molecules. Okay, between gaseous molecules there is a space. This space is known as intermolecular space. Okay, in gases there is a large intermolecular space. Due to the presence of this large intermolecular space, when we apply the pressure, on applying the pressure, we can compress the gas as compared to the liquids and solids. Therefore, these gases are highly compressible than the solids and liquids. On applying the pressure here, these gaseous particles are compressed. See here. Here gaseous particles are present. Okay, this is the piston. We will move the piston. Okay, we will apply pressure. As a result, these gaseous molecules will come close and they will occupy the minimum space. Okay, before applying the pressure, see here, they are occupying the large space. Okay, therefore these gaseous particles are more compressible. They are highly compressible than the solids and liquids, because due to the presence of this large intermolecular spaces, they are highly compressible compared to the solids and liquids. But in solids there is no intermolecular space. Because of this reason, that solids are less compressible compared to the liquids and gases. When coming to liquids, okay, due to the some intermolecular space inside the liquids, okay, those liquids are they are less compressible than gases, but they are more compressible than the solids. Next property is intermolecular forces are negligible. In gases, intermolecular forces are negligible. This is due to the large intermolecular space. So here there is a large space between the molecules of the gases. Because of this large space, these two molecules can't form any bonds. Therefore, intermolecular forces are negligible in gases. Next property is gases expand to large extent than the solids and liquids on heating. On heating, these gaseous molecules will expand. On heating, these gaseous molecules will gain the heat energy and they will expand to large extent as compared to the liquids and solids. Next property is gases have very good diffusing property. Okay, two or more gases diffuses easily to form homogeneous mixture. Okay, these gases, since there is a large intermolecular space is present between the molecules of gases, because of this large intermolecular spaces, these gaseous molecules can move freely. They can move freely from one place to another, and also they can move around themselves. Okay, therefore because of this free space, they can move from one place to another place. As a result, when we mix two gases, they diffuses and they will form homogeneous mixture. Okay, example, we can take air. Okay, in air, a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of gases, that is, it has oxygen gas, hydrogen gas, carbon dioxide gas, carbon monoxide gas. Okay, but we can't identify the oxygen gas, hydrogen gas, carbon dioxide gas and carbon monoxide gas. Okay, here these gases are mixing. They are completely mixing. Okay, they are completely mixing and they will form homogeneous mixture on mixing. We can't identify the individual gases in air. So air is an example for the homogeneous mixture. Okay. If heterogeneous mixture means mixture means we can give example for this mixture is salt plus sugar. If you mix salt and sugar and if you keep in this mixture in a bowl, we can identify that in that bowl salt and sugar are mixed. Okay, we can identify the two substances. Okay, therefore that kind of mixtures in which we can identify the two components or two substances. Okay, that kind of mixtures are known as heterogeneous mixtures. Homogeneous mixtures are the mixtures in which we can't identify the two components. Okay, we can't identify the two substances which are mixed or which are diffused. So these gases have very good diffusing properties. Next properties. These gases exerts pressure. You see here, this is vessel, this is container. You take steel container. Inside this steel container, gas is present. These gases are moving randomly. Okay, in all directions. These gases are moving randomly in all directions. They will hit one another while moving. Also, they will hit the wall of the container. When they will hit the wall of the container, they will exert some pressure. Since in gas, molecules of the gases are freely arranged and they have intermolecular spaces between them, they are freely moving and they are randomly moving. While moving, they will hit one another molecules. Also, they will hit the wall of the container. Okay, they will hit wall of the container like this. When these gaseous particles will hit the wall of the container, they will produce pressure or they will exert some pressure. This is the special property of the gases. Okay, this property is not observed in solids and liquids. Okay, pressure is nothing but the ratio of force to area. Okay, here if area is decreased, then if area is decreased, then pressure will increase. Okay, if area is increased, then pressure will decrease. Okay, these are the properties of gases. Children, usually solids are rigid. Rigid means unbending, or inflexible. We can't bend or we can't bend the solids because they are rigid. In solids, atoms are compactly arranged. Since in solids atoms are compactly arranged, they are rigid. They can't be bent. Okay, we can't bend the solids. Liquids and gases or fluids. They are fluids because liquids and gases, they can flow. Okay, they have tendency to flow. Therefore, these liquids and gases are known as fluids because of the tendency. They have tendency to flow. They can flow from one place to another place easily, but solids can't flow. Therefore, solids are rigid, whereas these liquids and gases are fluids. Okay, this is the nature of matter. Solids are rigid, where liquids and gases are fluids. So far we had studied the properties of solids, liquids and gases. Now we will compare the properties of liquids, solids and gases. Okay. See here. First we will see shape. Okay, shape and volume. Solids have definite shape and volume. Here we have not considered the mass because in all the three states mass is all three states they have definite mass. Okay, here solid have definite shape and volume, but liquid have definite volume but not definite shape. In gaseous state or here no definite volume or shape. They have indefinite volume and shape. Next property we will see intermolecular space. In solids intermolecular space is very small, but in liquids comparatively large. As compared to the solids, in liquids intermolecular space is large. Okay, but in gaseous state intermolecular space is very large as compared to the liquids and solids. Next we will see intermolecular forces. In solids there is a very strong intermolecular force, but in liquid the intermolecular force is weak. In gaseous state intermolecular force is very weak as compared to liquid and gaseous, solid state. Okay, compared to solid and liquid state, in gaseous state the intermolecular force of attraction is very weak. It is due to the large intermolecular space. Okay, next property is nature. These solids are very hard and are rigid, but this liquid and gases are fluid. Okay, this liquid is fluid, whereas these gases are highly fluid. Next one is compressibility. Solids are they are less compressible, or the compressibility in solid state is negligible, but in liquid it is very small. Compressibility is very small, but in gaseous state, compressibility is high. Next one is density. In solid state, density is high, but in liquid, density is less than solids. But in gaseous state, density is less than that of solid and liquids. Next, we will see the diffusion or diffusing property. In solid state, diffusion is negligible, but in liquid state, diffusion is very slow, but in gaseous state, diffusion is very fast. Okay, we have added one more property, that is kinetic energy. Since in solid state, okay, atoms and molecules are compactly arranged, the kinetic energy in solid state is very low because there is no space. Therefore, the solid atoms and molecules, they can't move. Therefore, they have less kinetic energy compared to the solids and gases in liquids and gases. In liquid, there is some intermolecular space is present. As a result, atoms in and molecules in liquids can move. Okay, they have therefore they have some kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is comparatively high, okay, than that of the solids. In case of gaseous state, there is a large intermolecular space is present. As a result, gaseous particles can move freely. Therefore, in gaseous state, okay, molecules have high kinetic energy compared to the liquid